So, I'm going to see my mom today, and of course I'm not going to want to go out in the bitter cold until I have to, so I'll be leaving soon. She thinks she's going home today. She left me voicemail yesterday. I want to know about going home today. I told the social worker, please, I'm coming to visit my mom Monday. Don't send her home Tuesday. But you know how that goes. They can do what they want. She's like, we'll try to give you as much notice. We know my mom's not coming home today because I've got no notice. But it's highly likely she's coming home. Am I prepared for her to come home? As prepared as I can be. With the blood clot in my leg, secret that I'm not going to tell her about. With my friendship with Joe, down the toilet. I'm as prepared as I can be under these circumstances, okay? It's very stressful, trying circumstances. My mom didn't like Joe anyway because she wants to order Joe around and Joe's having none of that. I don't order Joe around. Joe's not being rational again. He was pissed off about Saturday. And I have the excuse that I was exhausted. I didn't feel like listening to him. Okay? He expects me to constantly hang on his every word. I get it. That's our relationship. But I didn't feel like listening to him. But I'm not allowed to be human, okay? In his eyes, I was in a pissy mood the day before. Again, no slack. If someone did that to me and they were, I'd understand. I'd totally understand. I'm not behaving like Sheldon when he gets sick and he's just a fucking asshole, alright? I've had the blood clot the entire time I was with Joe. This was going on 2 weeks. Even when I was in the heat of the moment, I was saying to him again, I'm not like that all the time. I wasn't like that when we went to get my jeans. That's because that was for you. Fuck you, Joe. I know that I'm not like that all the time. I'm walking on eggshells with you. I'm bending over backwards to try to be considerate and to not, But this morning, I was having a bad day. But anyway, he'd already agreed about Sunday. Because it would have been the only day he could go. Why were we coming back here even though we'd already been here? He probably begrudgingly agreed. I think I told him Saturday because I was scared. You're telling me you think I have a parasite or something. You're telling me the parasite, you think I'm deficient even though I'm deficient in something. Let me go get my vitamins. I also want to get pumpkin seeds for both of us. We're out. But technically we could eat his. Technically we didn't have to come here. Again, it all derived from my fear. I wanted my vitamins. I also wanted my pumpkin seeds. Because we were very, very low on pumpkin seeds and we both eat them. And did I really need to come here? I wanted my vitamins because you're telling me I'm deficient in something. I'm just scared, Joe. In any case, obviously he was smothering down his anger. So we got home from work Saturday night. He wasn't a jerk, and he wasn't. I watched some, stayed up and watched something with him, and But then I slept horribly. No, it all boils down to I didn't want to hear his advice. That's all it boils down to. Those are our dynamics in our relationship. I don't think snapping at somebody is the end of the world. But again, he did not like it when I pointed out his error in the arnica. And I told you why I did that. Would I ever tell him why I did that? It's because he's always on his high horse. He points out my every little mistake. He does. When I first get there, I can't even eat it, my ice cream without him saying, "What are you doing eating that after 9? That's not good for you." And when I point blank said to him, "I'm testing you. I wanted to see if you'd say something. It isn't any of your business." "Well, I know, but you care, I thought you cared about your health. It's not your business." And then when he was ever telling me, "You should get up at 7 every single morning." I didn't want to hear that either. You don't get up at the same time every morning. "I'm working. Fuck you. I'm not going to get up at 7 every morning." He thought, because then if I get on a schedule, I'll be less likely to be in pain or whatever. Again, we're just still skirting around the issue that this actually could be a blood clot, and you should cut me some slack, and you're making light of it. I even said you're not taking it seriously. I'm taking it seriously. I'm telling you all the things to do. You're not taking seriously all the things you're telling me to do might not fucking work, motherfucker. That's what I mean by you're not taking it seriously. You're not cutting me any slack. You're acting like I'm just being a bitch 24/7 or something. And again, the cruelty was one thing. It wasn't just the cruelty. It wasn't just the trying to scream in my face. It's hours later after the fact when I know that I'm free. I know he might scream at me in the car. He didn't scream at me in the car, by the way. That long email wasn't the only email he sent me. I know he sent me an email. I have to find it. But it was, "You didn't have to leave. All you had to do was apologize." Because I wrote back, "I know you didn't tell me to leave. I wanted to leave." That was just a long email that he sent to me that I've been sharing with you guys out here. Because it was after he'd supposedly read all of mine. Versus the first email was just when he hadn't got emails from me, pretty much. It was just, "You didn't have to leave. All you had to do was apologize. Fuck you." Remember, it wasn't just the cruelty. It wasn't just the magnifying everything I already feel about myself apart from Joe. Like I'm a fucking loser, right? Again, don't work, don't drive, no friends. No anything, okay? But your friend who cares about and professes to care about you is never supposed to do that to you. just use your flaws, use your insecurities and fears against you. That's the shit Donald did to me. And going way back, decades ago, when I was a fucked up little girl who just hated herself and wanted to die and blamed herself when I had to be with my father, and he did the same fucking thing. Your family doesn't want you. I don't want you. Nobody wants you. Your mother's crazy. I'm gonna ship you back to your crazy mother. Flash forward decades later, it's the same fucking thing, using your fears and insecurities and hurt against you. Donald, of course, did the same thing. But Donald and my father were assholes. Joe's supposed to be a good guy. See? And it wasn't just the cruelty. I already told you about it. Cruelty was bad enough. It was when I told him after the cruelty was over, I said, I want to go home. We were going today anyway, I want to go home. Sneering at me. You can go home, but this is exactly how he talked. You can go home, but you're not taking any of your stuff with you. I'm not going to lug any of your stuff, and you're not going to ruin my day off. It was a normal human being would be like, yeah, you can go home, pack up your stuff, but I'm not unpacking. No, it was, you're not taking any stuff with you. Just like, I have all the power. You can't get home without, fuck you. And then he was livid when I had to sneak and get my stuff out. I didn't dare try to get any of my food. And now I have no food, and there's hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of my food that I ordered and had delivered, food and stuff that also some. No, my supplements I got to take because they were in my room, but I didn't take any of my shampoo. Food that I ordered, okay? Food I ordered, but also that he doesn't eat. Food I brought there from here that he's not going to eat, and he had 4 fucking days off. Do you think No, he didn't. It's all a power thing. He didn't. But he does invite me to Thanksgiving, only after he got my little thing saying, just, again, casual. I already shared that with you. And then, calling me up, leaving a voicemail. Do you need water? If you need anything, what I need is for you to bring my food here and leave it outside, Joe, on the deck. Well, it'll be safe. But he didn't do it. No, he didn't. Again, not just the cruelty. There's that, and there's when he saw my stuff and he was mad. And I tried to explain, now that I'm safe, I'm outside, he's not going to make a scene and start screaming at me with his neighbors. Not in your life. I knew that. And he knew he wasn't, but he had to control himself. He walked away, he went to get his mail at the end of his driveway. I told you he has a long driveway that I walk up and down. And then I tried to, now that I'm safe, and I'm not in his house, where he can't try to come up to me and scream in my face, tried to explain. I even very calmly, not screaming, of course. I'm not going to scream outside either, and didn't scream at him in the house, he was screaming at me. I told you years ago, don't ever again come up and scream in my face. I think I said that's an intimidation tactic. Men shouldn't do it to women, whatever I said. And you were being a bitch. Doesn't care. Doesn't care. So again, on the one hand, he's going to be like a father figure and don't eat that ice cream. What are you eating that ice cream after 9? Don't you care about your health? Or, I have a right to scream in your face if you're being a bitch. On the one hand, we're equals in that. But on the other, no. On the other, I just have to bow down to his every word, and I'm dependent upon him, and I have no friends, and I don't work, you don't work, and you're lazy, and all this crap. If I'm so terrible, what do you want to be my friend for? Just to be a good guy, Joe? Don't do me any fucking favors!